Hi, I'm Jack from Veterinary IT Services, and this week I'm going to talk to you about how to recognise when you need a new computer. This year it's tempting to try to save money and stretch budgets, especially when it comes to your IT. And one of the many areas you may be avoiding is the cost of acquiring new devices. However, sometimes it just makes good business sense to invest in new PCs or laptops rather than trying to get another year out of them. Knowing when that time is can be the tricky part. Older PCs and laptops cost more to maintain. The cost of ownership actually increases as they age, a little like cars. And of course, performance decreases over time. The optimal refresh cycle for your device is around 3 years. What you really need to consider is whether, as your device ages, the cost of issue resolution and maintenance outweighs the cost of acquisition. Did you know that a 5-year-old PC could cost twice as much to run as a new one? A 4-year-old PC suffers 55% more security incidents than its first 3 years. Now, here are our top 7 red flags to look out for. First up is if the startup and shutdown is slow. Now, it's likely that when your startup and shutdown are slow, that loading application, browsing the internet and simply saving documents are too slow. It's a terrible way to kill productivity and a sign that your computer is on its last leg. However, it may mean you have too many applications set to run automatically when you fire up in the background. Next up is if you've got multitasking issues. Your device can't process several jobs at the same time. So you're struggling to go back and forth between applications or tabs within a browser. Maybe you've got insufficient RAM, computer memory. It's usually the culprit. More so when you have more than one application that uses a lot of memory to run. This can also occur when a PC has had to change jobs. For example, if Sarah used to use it primarily for browsing the internet, but then got promoted and now uses it to create and edit spreadsheets or photos, it may struggle and she may need a more robust device. Maybe it's you can't update your operating software. Don't neglect the basics. Updates are vital, especially when it comes to your operating software. Running old software leaves you without support if something goes awry and leaves you more susceptible to a cyber attack and other security issues. And we all know exactly what a disaster like that can be for a business. You're unable to update your security. Failure to update your security and you're leaving your business ultimately open to a data breach. Even if you can update your standard security on your operating system, are you also able to run the relevant security to protect the applications and software that your teams use to do their jobs? Your security is something that should be constantly evolving and updating. That's because cybercriminals are always evolving and updating their tactics. And if you're struggling to keep up now, give it 6 months and you'll be actively putting yourself at risk. Then we have when your computer fans are noisy. Now, this can be one of the first signs that your device is nearing its time in the computer graveyard. If you can hear the fans running and you've only just started working on the device, or if you're not performing tasks that should be getting the device all hot and bothered, it's not a great sign. It could be that your applications and operating software are all updated, but they're maxing out the device's hardware, causing it to overheat. Then we have upgrading your hardware leads to compatibility issues. Upgrading certain elements of your hardware can be the first step in giving your device an increase in speed and power. However, upgrading some of the parts can lead to compatibility issues in older devices. Now, your IT support partner should always make the best suggestions and recommendations when it comes to hardware upgrades, so consult them first. In some cases, it can be quite an expensive option, which leads to our last point. So if the cost of an upgrade or repair outweighs a replacement, you know what it means to throw good money after bad. Sometimes it's simply not worth the cost of repair or replacement part. It may not fully rectify your issues. Now, it may not last as long as you'd like it to, and it may be a case of fixing one thing and breaking another in the process. Sometimes it's just better to suck up the cost and invest in a new device. As with anything regarding your business devices or infrastructure, always consult your IT support partner before making any big decisions. It can be costly to replace one device, let alone a fleet of them. Your IT support partner will be able to discuss your requirements with you and make the best recommendations based on these and your budget. And if you don't have an IT support partner that you can trust to give you the right support and advice, we'd love to help. Give us a call and let's talk. Thanks for watching. If you want to know more, check out our full blog, Repair or Replace, 7 signs that you need a new computer. Don't forget to subscribe, but also check out our blog for up-to-date tips and tricks.